So, a couple months ago, I pitched Airtime Thrills a buy or sell idea, and he actually used it in his most recent video. I was so excited. Take a look.
Coaster Adventure. Top Thrills' record-breaking spike and Falcon's flight at Six Flags Quiddiya will spark another coaster war in the next decade.
To be fair, I sent that just days before Cedar Point made the official announcement, so I thought Top Thrill Spike might hit 500 feet. But anyway, I want to take a more in-depth look at Airtime Thrill's answer and see where I agree and where I disagree with his prediction. Okay, let's see what Airtime Thrills said.
First off, you can disregard Top Thrill Spike. I don't think that means anything when it comes to a coaster war. It could be significant as a way to fix other coasters that have the same problem, but that's about it. Now, Falcon's flight is a different story. When this was announced a few years ago, everyone laughed. This would never get built, right? We see all kinds of plans come and go. It happens every year. Well, this coaster is actually being built, and even if it doesn't look like the animation, they're still saying it's gonna set every world record out there. That being said, I'm selling this. I don't think Six Flags Quiddiya is a good indicator. That park and Falcon's Flight are being built with a lot of oil money, and that doesn't translate to parks in the rest of the world. Those parks are more measured with their investments, going for rides that will maximize the return on investment, and I think that's how it will continue. They'll keep trying to one-up each other on their made-up records. The world's tallest dive, or world's tallest single rail. Unless the financial backers of Energylandia want to go to war with the fat stacks of cash in Saudi Arabia or the UAE, I wouldn't expect a coaster war like we had in the early 90s or the early 2000s.
Now, I actually 100% agree with that answer. I probably would have sold it too. See, I just made a whole video about how most everything we're getting in 2024 is a family coaster, and that intrigues me. So go check out that video. But one of the main points I made was that parks just don't seem to have as much money as they used to. And as Airtime Thrills pointed out, Six Flags Quiddiya is funded by a very oil-rich country. And there are only one or two parks that I can think of that can really compete with that. And I don't even know if they'd be willing to. Another major point I made in my family coaster analysis was that parks are changing their investments. Not only are parks looking further down the theming road, they're also generally focusing more on quality of the coasters than the stats, which means that records are not as much of a priority to them. And this is reflected on major parks like Cedar Point, who now seem to be doing the bare minimum to break a record, just like Airtime Thrills said. Things like the steepest drop, the longest single rail coaster, the tallest and fastest triple launch coaster, etc., etc. That's just kind of sad to me, but at the same time, I like that they're focusing more on the quality. But why would I write that pitch if I already knew the answer? Well, I didn't know the answer. I thought there was a chance he might say yes. See, here's the thing. It's Jeopardy time. This coaster kicked off the Coaster War era by breaking 3 major records. The correct answer is, what is Magnum XL 200? Magnum, the tallest and fastest full-circuit coaster in the world, became the world's first hypercoaster in 1989 when it opened at Cedar Point. This record was broken again and again throughout the 1990s until 2000 when Millennium Force hit 300 feet. Just 3 years later, Top Thrill Dragster became the first coaster to hit 400 feet, and Great Adventure added 30 or so feet to that height when they opened King de Ka, which remains the world's tallest coaster to this day. So, all we need to start another 15-year coaster war is a record-shattering coaster, right? And what's Falcon's Flight? That's right, it's a record-shattering coaster. Anyway, I know it's a stretch, but enthusiasts can dream, right? Will Falcon's Flight actually be a good ride, or maybe I would rather ride a ride that is quality focused? I don't know. I figure anything's possible as long as someone has the will, and I guess they kind of need the money. But I want to hear your take on this. Will Falcon's Flight start a coaster war? Let me know, maybe give me a like and a sub. and then go have a coaster adventure.